In Tanzania's vast Serengeti Game Reserve lives Makonde, an elderly man, once a ranger, who spent over 50 years protecting wildlife from poachers. Honored as a legend for his dedication and compassion, he still volunteers daily, driving his old jeep to patrol the plains. Young rangers seek his advice, and he cares for elephants, lions, giraffes, zebras, and rhinos, especially the older animals resting in the reserve's safe zones. Though his health has waned, age has never stopped his devotion. Recently, the reserve has sweltered under a relentless sun, with temperatures reaching 45 degrees C. One morning, Makonde set out to check on a rhino injured the day before. His jeep rattled over rough tracks as the heat pressed in, beads of sweat on his brow. When he reached the bush where the rhino lay, he stepped out and watched from a distance. The animal's wound was still fresh, and Makonde, eyes full of concern, crept closer to examine it. Suddenly, a sharp pain tore through his chest. Dizzy and weak, he sank to his knees in the dry grass. Nearby, colleagues Elijah and Musa, who were caring for zebras, heard his faint call. Racing over, Elijah found his pulse irregular. Musa fumbled for Makonde's heart medicine, but realized he'd left it behind. Elijah urgently called for an ambulance over the radio. All field work halted as everyone rallied to help. A rescue vehicle arrived and sped him to the reserve's clinic. In the back seat, Elijah called his name, praying he'd survive. At the medical room, doctors worked frantically, administering breaths and shocks from a defibrillator. After 15 tense minutes, they quietly reported that his heart had stopped. A hushed grief fell over the team as they realized a great life had ended. Staff gathered in disbelief, mourning the loss of their spiritual guide. Word spread to Makonde's family, and tears were shed across the reserve. Honoring his wishes, the funeral took place at the reserve itself, following local traditions. At dawn, rangers and staff formed a circle around a simple wooden bier in the courtyard. Makonde's body lay in peaceful repose. One by one, they stepped forward. Elijah holding his mentor's hand, Musa lighting incense, each offering silent farewells. Then a mighty roar broke the stillness. A large male lion emerged, moving through the crowd without aggression. It approached the bier, circled it once, and bowed its head as if paying respects. The mourners trembled in awe. Elijah recognized the scar on the lion's flank. It was the same lion, Makonde, and he had rescued 15 years earlier from a trap. After healing, the lion had returned to the wild, perhaps never forgetting its savior. Moved by its loyalty, Elijah stepped forward, his voice soft. The lion remained calm, head lowered. One by one, others joined, sharing a sacred moment of shared loss. Fear melted into a collective sorrow for their fallen friend. With the ceremony concluded, they carried Makonde to a favorite grassy glade beneath a wide acacia tree. As they dug his grave, the lion followed close behind, its mournful roars echoing across the plains. They gently laid him to rest, and Elijah and Musa placed a stone engraved with his name and 5 decades of service at the head. Villagers joined in prayer, hoping his spirit would find peace. Throughout, the lion stood vigil, silent and watchful, then let out a final, heartbreaking roar before slipping away. Over the following days, the reserve paused all work. Rangers burned incense and left wild flowers at his grave. Often, The lion returned alone to stand by the grave, head bowed in contemplation. To that lion, Makonde had given life, and in turn, it honored him with devotion. Elijah and Musa still visit the site, speaking of his dream to protect wild nature. Makonde's story now lives forever in the Serengeti's memory, carried on by the rhythm of lion roars and the rustle of grass in his honor. Dear friend, thank you for watching this tribute. Please like and subscribe to support our channel, and join us next time for more inspiring tales.